Hello, YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. It is now 12:58 p.m. in the day. I just got off of work. I did a couple hours, and here I am. I am walking in the park. I'm walking in the park. But today, we are going to talk about why I came to live in America. There are a lot of reasons why I came to live here in America, and this topic today will be wide and it will be broad. So don't forget, guys, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share the video with someone who could use this video. All right? So this is a long trail, very long trail. I'm going back to work at 5 o'clock, but basically how I live my life now. Basically how I live my life now. Just take care of myself, exercise, just stay positive. So one of the main reasons why I came to America, um, I was living with my child's father for over like 14 years. And being the type of person that I was, very dedicated, a family person, you know, value family, value the way how, I raise my family and all that. So living with him for 14 years. 14 years, and within that 14 years, we got two children, and so we were growing as a family. Everything was good at once, and I was happy. He didn't have any children, and before I met him, and so we were just living together and just enjoying life. But things change. Things change over a period of time. I think sometimes people outgrow people, and people change, and people requires different things. So here he was with his cheating spells. And because I am a person who grows up in a household where I don't see my mother cheat, nor my father, so that has affected me. And so I was living with him even then, even though I know he had cheated already. But then what happened is he started cheating at work. He started cheating at work with co-workers. And that was very painful, because just think about somebody gets paid for work. That is where he gets the money, and then he comes home, and then he has to go back to work, and then that he's going back to the same place where he's cheating, and that is hurtful. That is hurtful. And so I said, I am not going to tolerate it. I tried to talk it out. I try to talk to him, but he's a person that doesn't really speak a lot. I am over a certain age now, so anything I put it here, it's my story. It is my story and my truth, and I don't have nothing to hide. So I was very hurt. I was very, very hurt. And because I wasn't that cheating person, I said, I'm just going to run away to America. I am just going to find a program, like a workers program, because at the time I didn't have anybody to file for me in America. I didn't have anyone to file for me in America. Guys, please share the video. Please, I didn't have anyone to file for me in America Stay. So I said, okay, they can look around, guys. I'm in a park on a trail. So I said, I am going to get a farm working ticket and I am going to come to America. I was also encouraged to come to America but because my sister was here, but she couldn't file for me. So I said, I'm going to come to America. So I came to America, and here I am in America on a program, 6 months program, and I was taking care of my mom in Jamaica with my sisters, and my mom was sick and I had to leave. It was very painful when I leave Jamaica and my mom. It was very painful because my mom was sick, but I got the opportunity, and my spouse at the time, he is a good dad. He is a good dad. So I said, okay, I told him I was going to leave. But not every man that you are with, you can tell them that you are going to leave. He didn't care. He didn't care that I was leaving. And I guess I would say he didn't love me enough. And then I think he was comfortable with his cheating spells with what he was doing. Because probably, people are desperate. A lot of people out there, they're desperate and they will do anything to have somebody. But I am not that type of person. So probably he finds somebody that is desperate. Probably he finds somebody who they may be clicked together. And so that's what happened. And you can't blame anybody. Life happens and things happen. All right? So I came to America. I came to America on a 6-month visa, working visa. When I came here, I had to move to a state, so I could get work. Somebody has helped us to find a job because at that time I have my social security. Because if you came on the workers program, you have a social security, so you can work anywhere. All right, especially hotels, you can get work at the hotels. So when I came to America, we went to Palm Beach. I was working at, I forget the name now. I was working in Palm Beach at a hotel. And while I was working there, I was on a contract. The contractor, he found somewhere for us to live. And then he would take out like $75 per week out of our check. All right, so we would have like 2 people living in one room. So at that time, I was in the room with a girl, and it wasn't working out because she was very messy and she was very inquisitive, and so I didn't like being there with her. All right, so I moved to another state. And I moved to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Fort Lauderdale. And so while I was there, I went to school. I went to school there. I went to do a program in HHA, that's healthcare, to take care of elderly people, babies, whatever. So now I start working there, and then after I start working there, I said, because I have my 2 kids, I have my kids in Jamaica, so I really want to file for my kids. I have no alternative, because I am not going to go back home on that 6-month visa, because probably if I go back on that 6-month visa, they will not give it back to me. So at the time, my mom died when I was like 1+ month to finish my 6 months. So I said, I was really hurt. So I didn't get to go back to Jamaica. And so I didn't even get to go to the funeral. And so I was in Fort Lauderdale, and then I was introduced while working nursing field, I was introduced to somebody, and yes, I called the person on the phone, and then we actually talk, and then we actually get to meet up. And so that person was very responsible. He was older than me, by 15, 16 years. But mine, I didn't mind, because what happened is actually, it wasn't like I was looking papers or anything, to be honest with you. I was always a family person, and then he portrays a family-oriented status or ways that I see in him. So yes, I did love him, but and I told him what happened. I told him that my paperwork is gonna be up, and I'm not wasting no time with nobody, because I know what I have to offer and I know myself. So I told him, and then a couple weeks or a month or so, we went down to the courthouse and we got married. We got the paperwork, and then we got married like maybe a month or so after. But it's not very easy to come to America and don't have any paperwork, I'm telling you. Because whether you are a man or a woman, these people can use these things against you. They can use these things against you, and they can make you feel so out of place, especially if you have kids in Jamaica and you want to go back and look for them. It is very hard not having any paperwork. All right? So we married, we live together, but listen, women, let me tell you, you have to be very independent. Women that is not growing their girl child, make sure you show them how to be independent, save their money, have something. Because at the end of a long day, these men out here, I am telling you, they will be so they're so possessive, some of them. Very possessive, and if you're not taking in any money, bringing anything to the table, that is going to be a problem, because they can flip the switch on you anytime. They can flip the switch on you. Let's look around. They can flip the switch on you anytime, just because you are depending on them. I wasn't depending on him financially, but paperwork, yes. And so he didn't believe in me. He didn't believe that I love him. He just think that I was with him for papers. I wasn't with him for papers. I genuinely love him, but he was very possessive. Very, very possessive. I am telling you, I couldn't even have a friend, not even a girlfriend. I couldn't have. I couldn't go to the gym. If I go to the gym, that is a problem to him. I even take him there. I took him there one time, and then he was just looking at the men. I said the men looking at me and all this type of thing. And he make problem. He make problem even when I go to the supermarket. If somebody looking at me, he make problem. Everything is a problem to him. I was living with him, and I'm telling you guys, how can you love somebody, you be with somebody, but even if I'm there and I'm trying to clean up the place, you're married to somebody, you're living with them for years, 7, 8 years, and if you're trying to clean up the place, that person said you are searching up his stuff. Like, how can that be? That means you're hiding something. You are hiding something. And looking back now, I am not judging. I've went through a lot. He was even corresponding with his exes, talking to them. I am not sure if they had another relationship, but he could talk to the exes, and I couldn't even go in my children's room. If I go in my children's room, he said, when I say children, I mean apostrophe. He said because I want back their dad, so I am being friendly with them. Can you imagine just you cannot go in your children's room to play with them and talk to them all because of a man? Like everything bothers him. Everything bothers him. And look here. I am out here now for 6 years by myself. 6 years. I am doing it all by myself. All by myself. And I have not get in a relationship with nobody. I am just being careful now of who I bring around me, bring around my children. I have a 17-year-old, that's the last one. But I am just being careful of who I bring into my space, because I am telling you, it is not an easy decision to make. As a woman, you have to know your worth. You have to know yourself. Don't keep on going from place to place. Don't be desperate. Don't be desperate for a man to lay down in your bed. You can make it. Build yourself so that when somebody come in your life, look around. When somebody come in your life, they only come to add value because you already love yourself. You already know yourself. You already know your worth, and you know what you stand for. So, when we broke up, to be honest with you, I know we were going to break up. I know it. I know it, and I feel it. I know it. So, I'm always singing this song, I'm gonna walk away from love. Because, like, there was nothing left. There was nothing left. Like everything I tried to do, he never encourages me. He never encourages me. It's just when he found out that we're gonna break up or it's really getting bad, then he was trying to encourage me. If I do something, he would like. But there's nothing that I do. That man never believed in me, because all that was in his head was that I need papers, and that is what I need. And that wasn't the case. So I'm saying this to say that make sure you ladies out there, when you have your girl child, make sure you teach them how to be independent, how to stand on a footing on their own. Because this world is not an easy world that we're living in. You have to know that. Teach them that. Because in that way, they will be prepared for whatever comes. They will be prepared. And let me tell you, once they are prepared and things happen, listen to me. If they hit rock bottom, the only place they are going to be is on top. Is on top. So teach your children, especially your girls, teach them to be independent. Teach them to be independent. Teach them to love themselves. Teach them liberation. Let they grow up as a strong individual and know themselves, know their worth. Because in this world, this is not an easy world. And this world can chew you up and spit you out. That is just how the world stays. So you have to have that mindset. You have to have that mindset to move, to step over obstacles. You have to have that mindset so when you fall, you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off and start over again. Anything that you go through in life, let me tell you something. It is something to build you up. It is going to build you. It is just the way how you have to look at it and go through it. Sorry for my breathing, guys, because I'm walking on this trail. So you have to be prepared, because the world It's not an easy place to live. People can just talk to you. They can say one word to you, and it makes you feel like you're not worth it. So you have to know yourself. Teach your children to know themselves. Teach them to be independent. Teach them to love themselves. Teach them to practice self-care. You know, take care of themselves. Be the best version of themselves every day. And I'm telling you, any obstacles they will overcome. And first and foremost, you have to teach them that there is a God. God answers prayer. God will answer their prayer, regardless of what they are going through. Because a lot of young people in this age and time, you might see them looking nice, they may looking pretty, but listen, they don't have a positive headspace. They don't have a positive headspace. So we as the elders, we have to teach them. We have to teach them. Because when I was growing up, I had to literally read. But these kids nowadays, they don't get no time to think. They don't get no time to think for themselves. Like everything is at their fingertip. So their brain is like dead. They cannot even, some of them, they can't even add, subtract with their head. Everything they have to use computer to do everything. So it's just a fast way of life. A fast way of life. So anything happen, they will just lose it. They will just think like to give up. But, sorry guys. But we as the elders, we have to teach them. Teach them values and attitudes. And that is why it is very important for us that has experience to come out here on social media and to teach these young children, teach these young kids about values, teach them about attitude, motivation, self-respect, and to be authentic and be themselves. Not most of the things they see here on social media, it is not real. It is not real. And so these kids can go or will want to go the length and breadth to do things out of the way. And then we parents have it to deal with later. So this is why I'm out here. I am out here and I am teaching the young people. They will not see it now because they are young. They will not see it, but they will see it later on and they will want to teach their kids because somebody has to say it. Somebody has to speak up and somebody has to do what is right. You know, everybody wants people to be good and to be nice and stuff with them. But they will never listen. They will never want to do right by anybody. But they want everybody else to do the right thing. So that is where we, the elderly, come in. That's how we come in. That's how we are. We are here to help. We're here to inculcate values and attitudes. You know, because this world is too fast and too furious. So I say this to say that, guys, teach your child, especially your girl child, teach them to be independent. Teach them to be independent. A lot of them is walking around with an empty head, like a shell. Although you see them looking nice, dressing up nice, looking all nice, they empty. Empty. So teach them values, teach them attitudes, and teach them self-worth, and teach them not to give up. Be positive, be themselves. Until then, guys, I will see you in another video. Bye.